Hello, leader. Feeling rejected when team members quit is a universal emotion that all business owners go through at one time or another, especially when it's unexpected or when it's your highest performing people who announce their departure. Oh my gosh, such a bummer, and I get it. Rejection burns, and any kind of team turnover creates work finding, replacing, and onboarding someone, and then getting them up to speed so that they perform as you had hoped they would. It all affects your bottom line and your energy level. So today, let's talk about it. Welcome to the Stacking Your Team podcast. There's no doubt about it. You are in the right place because this show is all about expanding your leadership and team impact through proven tools and strategies that work well for you, that service-based small business owner. You don't have an in-house training and development department, venture capital, or a pool table in the cafeteria, and many of you likely have a remote team. But one thing is clear, you're wanting to improve how you lead your team. So welcome. I'm your host, Shelley Warren, coming to you from behind the mic in Canada, where I share proven practical tools and coaching designed to save you time, boost your confidence, and improve your effectiveness to lead. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Let's start our conversation today with a reminder that the team that got you here may not be the team that will get you there. For those of you who just found me, you can expect a new episode each Tuesday. So depending on where you're tuning in, including YouTube, go ahead and hit that check mark, the plus sign, or the bell so that you are subscribed and a new episode will be served up to you every Tuesday. For our long-standing listeners, I appreciate your loyalty so much. If you haven't rated or reviewed the show, please do. It would mean the world to me if you'd write a review. It helps the show get more exposure. You know, we're inching towards 500,000 downloads, but I'm shocked at how little ratings and reviews there are. It's such a bummer. I love to give out shout outs on air to you, those folks that take a few minutes that leave us a rating and review. And no joke, it's very motivating to me to read those notes and to hear from you. You know, sharing the show or even just one episode helps too. You see, podcasts grow one listener at a time. And did you notice that now that Stacking Your Team is my own company, we've been serving up some free resources for you on special episodes. If you missed them, you can get all those goodies over at the website, stackingyourteam.com. You'll see the resources tab. You know, our goal is to help you be the leader that your team needs you to be. So get on over there and grab them. It's great to have you here. Fall is definitely creeping in up here in Canada. Hearing the geese honking overhead as they fly south is one of the saddest sounds this time of the year. Summers fly by way too fast up north. So how was your summer? I hope you had some downtime, some chill time, and some time to refuel. My U.S. clients have already been through the ups and the downs of their kids going back to school. Up here, way up north, kids don't go back until after Labor Day. So they're just back now, and moms are back in the swing of lunches and the barrage of emails coming in from the schools. So much to coordinate after those weeks of going at it at a bit slower pace. I thought you'd likely have a different routine over the summer months, so I created episodes that were much shorter. Did you notice? You know, when I find a new show, I often scroll through the back catalog in the player and look for shorter episodes to try them out. If you're new here, I hope you did the same thing and enjoyed what you found. So whether you've just found the show or you've been tuning in since its launch over 5 years ago, you can now ask me to create an episode. Send me your episode ideas in a DM in Instagram, where I'm at Stacking Your Team Podcast, or email me at leader@stackingyourteam.com. Okay, let's dive into today's topic, feeling rejected when people quit. Losing great team members who decide to take their own leap into small business ownership or join another business can bite. But how about this? Bravo to you for creating a workplace whereby people can learn with you and maybe even in spite of you. Embracing the strategy that your workplace is a learning site can help you attract and keep high performers. Just own it. Here's why. Attracting top-notch people to join you is easier when you position your small business as the place to learn, stretch, and grow. You can back this up by celebrating personal development, peer mentoring, and critical problem solving. It's a fact. Retaining top-notch people is easier when you position people to become experts and trust them to teach, qualify, and mentor others. High performers have a need to leave their stamp on a business, proof for how they've impacted the bottom line, customers, and peers. And then there's this. If and when people do leave, they'll undoubtedly give credit to you for helping them craft the skill set they mastered. Do this right, and they'll refer qualified candidates to you because of their fond memories of how your leadership style made them feel. So, yes, it burns to lose people unexpectedly. Yet know that they're going off to serve more people in the niche that you love. So more people will be well cared for, extending the great standards and methodologies that you taught and reinforced with them. So your chosen industry wins. And what if you decide to design in aspects of your culture and processes to be known for education and developmental opportunities? And what if you will undeniably build a brand reputation that will enjoy a flowing pipeline of candidates ready to join you simply through word of mouth? And yes, for sure, small business owners have it particularly tough right now in this race for talent. And for sure, I see you and feel your disappointment when team members leave unexpectedly. So start considering your small business as a learning site and position it as such. Kick off this new perspective with your team and launch some strategies to bring it to life. And it will be easier to rebound when you lose a high contributor to entrepreneurship. And you can attract replacement candidates. And you can factor in succession plans and agility with your current team. And you can continue to offer incredible career opportunities for people who can recognize the value of joining your team, even if it's only for a short time. Now, it's not all sunshine and optimism when people quit. That feeling of being rejected can hang out in your head and your heart for a long while. Some of my clients have had some unexpected exits this past year. Most of the team members leaving were heading off to start their own business. Even the people who self-selected out rather than continue to be coached through a performance improvement plan, well, that's still upsetting. And why is that? Is it because great leaders pour into their team members and genuinely want to help them turn the performance around? Is it because you've invested time, money, and energy into them and suddenly they turn and walk away? It can remind you of a high school crush that turned their nose up at you. Is it because it's an immediate disruption to the business and your operation? Well, I say yes to all of the above. After all, you are a human first and a business owner second. It's very normal to have these emotions where there is flux inside your team. It can have a ripple effect too. My brother had 2 people quit on him within a half hour of each other. And then a few weeks later, a third. Yikes! That was an implosion, and it hurt like hell. Sometimes you'll hear business owners talk about wanting to clean house of anyone who is not performing, not contributing at their highest level, or simply knowing that they have an overcapacity or they feel they're overpaying. And that can be a problem in any business. Sometimes business owners want to shift the business in another direction, and anyone linked to that profit center is no longer needed, wanted, or valued. Those moves can be very strategic, and you hear me tell you each episode that the team that got you here may not be the team that will get you there. And that's true. And still, if you are the team member being rejected, it burns. I know. Here are 2 questions for you to reflect on when you're suddenly facing team members quitting you and that overwhelming feeling of being rejected sweeps in. It's hard for sure. And yet you had some help along the way, evolving into the person you are today. Yes, you did the work. Yes, you made it happen. And yes, at the same time, you are humble enough to realize that a few people in your life gave you a hand up. So here are those 2 questions to help shift you out of that rejection and into gratefulness for having had some time with those team members, helping them grow. Here's the first one. Whose career mentorship do you appreciate for helping you build mastery? You know, I often get to see my past mentors when I'm on LinkedIn, as I'm still connected to so many of them, and it's wonderful to see them thriving in their new roles. Many are still at that Fortune 50 corporation where we all worked. Here's the second question. Have you contacted them lately to update them on where you're at now, or to simply say thank you? I had a mentor reach out to me a while back to ask a question about something he was looking for at the site. And well, he hoped that I remembered the backstory and where it might be hiding. Oh my gosh, that site was massive. But what was heartwarming to me was that he remembered me and that he kept my cell phone number. I retired in 2015. Man, that was a long time ago. He was one of those leaders who tried hard to talk me out of early retirement. So I took advantage of having him on the phone to tell him how important his guidance had been to me all those years when I was growing and trying my damnedest to be valuable. That call made my day, and I think I made his day too. So when people quit on you, it's okay that it's tough to be the bigger person and stay with your 2 feet planted in the integrity line. It's also okay that your thoughts and feelings can make you wobble for a bit, but it's up to you to pull yourself back in alignment with who you are becoming as a leader. You know, it's stuff like this that is the real work of leadership. You know, leadership can be exciting, challenging, and lonely at times. So don't go it alone. Let me help you create the team and the leadership structure that you've been craving. So until next time, remember, if you have a dream, you need a team. So let's get stacking yours today.